everybody, my name is Hannah Livingston. Today is October 7th, and the title of my film is 13, directed by Catherine Hardwicke, and it is written by Catherine Hardwicke and Nikki Reed, one of the main actors in the film. So about 14 minutes into the film, the protagonist Tracy, she's just snuck out from her house to go meet the coolest girl in school, Evie Zamora, at this store called Red Balls on Melrose Avenue. This is in California. So she meets Evie and Evie's friend Astrid. But she's actually intimidated by Evie and Evie's friend because they're shoplifting from the store, and she doesn't really like it. So she goes outside and she's sitting on a park bench, possibly a bus stop, it's not really clear. But while she's sitting there, a lady on a cell phone, she's complaining on the cell phone, comes up, and she's got like her million shopping bags next to her and her awesome Gucci purse. And, she's sitting there all distracted, and Tracy decides to go ahead and lift this woman's wallet from her purse. My claim is that this is the point in the film where Tracy crosses the boundary from a rule follower to a rule breaker to fit in. So another scene that supports this claim is 21 minutes into the film. Tracy has Evie over to her house. This kind of, after stealing the wallet, this kind of incentivizes Evie to befriend Tracy. Tracy has Evie over to her house, and the two of them go ahead and head to a local park, even though Tracy knows that she's not allowed out after dark. Just before leaving her house, one of Tracy's neighborhood friends, Noelle, is sitting there with them, and Tracy's like, hey, you're not allowed to the park anyway, not allowed to go to the park anyway, right, Noelle? And Noelle's like, you're not allowed either after dark. But Tracy just ignores it. She doesn't really care that she knows she's going to get in trouble. She knows that she's not supposed to be doing these things, but she wants to fit in so badly, and she wants to be like Evie so badly, she's willing to do that. So really she's more focused on impressing her friend, and it just kind of shatters a certain part of her character. This section of the film, it was really impactful to me because I was very much like Tracy when I was in middle school. I would do anything to impress like the cool people. I would do anything to impress my friends, even though most of the time my friends really weren't great, kind of like Evie. They were just kind of like users in a certain sense, but I did crazy things like walking around downtown without adult supervision like they do in the movie. Not proud to admit it, but I did do some shoplifting with my friends, and that, wasn't the best, but that was kind of because I also grew up in a lower income situation like Tracy does, where we were not financially stable and everything. So really, like, that was partially fueled also by like not being financially stable, but it was mostly fueled by wanting to be cool. And it got to a point where I stopped doing that because I was afraid of getting caught, and I got a job instead, so that way I wouldn't get caught. That's really not something that Tracy does. She actually continues to go down that path of destruction, and there's a point in time near the end of the film where her mom confronts her and is like, why do you have so much money in your purse? And her, Tracy's like, we jacked it. It's not like you have any money to ever give me. And that was a really personal moment for me, just because like I felt that way. It was like I knew I couldn't ask my parents for money if I needed something, and while I didn't go to the extremes Tracy did, I totally like kind of understand why she did go to those extremes. But one interesting aspect of this film too is that I found a sliding glass door in it, because my parents were not divorced growing up. With my dad away, like starting a new family, I was the new family that my dad was starting. So I have older half siblings, and they very much were like Tracy. They didn't have a lot of adult supervision. They were just as bad off financially. Their mothers had, certain issues with like substance abuse, and were in and out of recovery over time. Tracy's mom, works as a hairstylist out of her house. She is in recovery from alcohol at this point in time in the film. So it really kind of colored in a lot of their situations in life, and actually helped me understand my older siblings a lot more, kind of why they were so rebellious, why they got into the trouble they did. And it was actually really like clarifying and humanizing. in that way. So it was a very, very good film. Highly recommend. Thank you so much for watching my film vlog, and I hope you enjoyed my take on this film, and I hope it inspires you to watch the film. Evan Rachel Wood is the main actress. She's amazing. So thank you so much.